What's up? Juno here. And over the past few decades, or maybe even longer than that, there is one group of the population that seems to be a target of many negative things in terms of legislation, especially in public and private areas. And this story is no different. It goes to show you that there are groups and organizations out there that are willing to lobby on things that affect your private life. Now, I'm not talking about drugs or relationships, what people may do behind closed doors. No, I'm talking about a fairly casual activity, something that you can acquire and use freely for the most part. It's 100% legal, and certain people have a big problem with it. And that is smoking tobacco products. There are countless groups out throughout the United States, and I'm sure all around the world, that are very much against smoking, and they have no problems trying to push their weight around to lobby certain groups or certain cities or organizations or whatever to try and pass certain rules against smokers. And this is no different. So, let's get to the story. It's from the Los Angeles Times, and it passed across my Twitter feed this morning or today. And I just want to read you an excerpt. I'll post a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself, as well as in this news story. There is a link right here to the full story from the local paper where this originated from. I'll post links to both of them so you can check them out for yourself. But this is talking about the city of Burbank and how they are toughening their laws against smokers for whatever fucking reason, because that's such a big deal, apparently. Burbank smokers have 6 months to change their smoking habits around their homes. That's right, folks. We're not talking in public places here. We're talking in the confines of their house and around the surrounding areas. So patios, backyards, shit like that. The City Council this week voted 3-1 to prohibit smoking on private balconies and patios and multifamily residences. So if you live in an apartment building in Burbank, you will no longer be allowed to smoke on your patio. You will have to go, fuck if I know, because as we'll continue on in this story, you can't really smoke anywhere else in Burbank. Smokers will also be prohibited from smoking in or around swimming pool areas when children 17 or younger are present. Now let me get this straight. You can't smoke in restaurants, you can't smoke in bars, and in Burbank, as we'll see here listed, you can't smoke in a lot of other places. So they don't want you smoking inside anything, and they don't want you smoking outside. So where the fuck are you supposed to smoke? This is ridiculous. Councilman David Golonsky rescued himself from the decision since he owns a number of multifamily complexes in Burbank. So there you go. You have a hypocritical councilman, politician, trying to save his ass because of a statement that he may have made back in the past. Way to go. Way to go. And here we go with the current ordinance at what happens in Burbank right now. The current ordinance in place until May prohibits smoking at all city-owned properties, downtown Burbank, the Chandler Bikeway, outdoor dining and service areas, and all sidewalks and pedestrian areas accessible to the general public. Violators can also be cited for smoking within 20 feet of an entrance or exit to a building, or within 5 feet of entrances, or in common areas of multi-family residences. So you can't smoke on the sidewalk, you can't smoke in a restaurant, you can't smoke 20 feet from a door to a restaurant, you can't smoke 5 feet from an entrance in a common area, you can't smoke downtown, you can't smoke on a bikeway, you can't smoke anywhere. This is a waste of police time trying to enforce a law like this. It is. And according to this, since this ordinance was passed, they've caught like 460 some odd people when the first year this was enacted, and then they've caught an additional 433 in the full news story in the second link. I'm sorry, this really isn't worth the time. And what's the fine? What is the fine? $50? $100? $200? What's the fucking fine? If they're not littering, what's the fine here? Why is this such a big deal? They're outside. If I'm going to go outside to have a cigarette, if I'm not at my house, I will go away from people. I will typically go by my vehicle in a parking lot. I don't smoke in my car, but I will smoke around my car. I don't like the smell sticking. It's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, this is fucking ridiculous. The new amendments will also prevent Burbank residents and visitors from smoking in multifamily units when residents share common air ducts. So pretty much apartments. You can't smoke inside your apartment. You can't smoke outside your apartment. And this quote is fucking awful here by the person who is associated with a particular anti-smoking group. I think it's a marvelous start and a marvelous improvement to the ordinance they already had, said Esther Schiller, Executive Director of the Newbury Park-based Smoke-Free Air for Everyone, which advocates for secondhand smoke restrictions. Give me a fucking break. Esther, take this ordinance and your love of this and shove it up your fucking ass. Shove it right up there. You don't like smokers? Well, tough shit. We don't like you. And we don't like people basically making it impossible for them to enjoy their crutch. Why is this such a big deal? Maybe we should ban bars as well. Let's just... Fucking alcohol destroys lives and families. Let's just ban alcohol as well. Because that's the best thing to do if you don't like it. Fuck it. Just ban it all. Fuck you. Fuck you right up in the ass. I hate people like you. You're invading people's privacy. I don't give a shit. You don't live in my house. And now, I don't live in Burbank, but even if the city I lived in wanted to pass an ordinance like this, I would say, fuck you. You don't get to sit there and snoop around my house and tell me when I am and not breaking laws. You don't like it? Don't be around it. Tough shit. Tough shit. All you people out there that support shit like this, tough shit. Don't be around it. You don't need to push your fucking weight around just because you don't like something. Go blow it out your ass. Just had to get that off my chest. Fuck these people. Do your part. Blaspheme daily.